Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report and Sam's Mental Health a learning
Common types of specific learning disabilities. Are there more specific learning disabilities than dyslexia? In fact, there are. But before we get into them, let's talk about what a specific learning disability is and what it is not. First, a specific learning disability is not an intelligence problem. Those with SLDs can be of normal or high intelligence. SLDs do not correlate with intelligence. Secondly, we do not often hear these called specific learning disabilities. The more common terms are dyslexia, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, and a few others, which we will cover. The official term, as stated in the DSM-5, is specific learning disability. So if you do get an official diagnosis, it will say something like specific learning disability affecting reading, or math, or writing, etc. It will not say dyslexia, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, etc. Those terms are no longer officially used. Terms like dyslexia were removed from the DSM-5 in 2012, and there's a lot of controversy around that, because moving them just seemed to confuse the issue more. But that's a whole other topic. For our purposes, let's just use the common terms, all right? So again, these are not intellectual disabilities. They do not affect intelligence. But sadly, these students can sometimes get lumped in with children with intellectual disabilities in school. That's because schools have limited funding and usually have to put all of these students together if they are taken out of the regular classes. That can really affect their self-esteem, so you have to watch for that. It can really affect them in terrible ways. What they are problems that affect specific skills, such as reading, writing, spelling, or math. The first and most commonly known is dyslexia, or its official name, a specific learning disability in reading. But dyslexia is not just a difficulty in reading the actual words. Someone with dyslexia may have problems with comprehension or recall. They may read slower or with less accuracy, and it's very common for dyslexia to affect spelling too. The most common underlying cause is an auditory processing problem, but there is a lot of variation on this, and it is typical to have multiple underlying causes. If you want to dig deeper into this, we have created a video for you titled, "What is Dyslexia?" You can find it right here. Secondly, we have dyscalculia, or officially, a specific learning disability that affects math. Dyscalculia is probably just as common as dyslexia, but for some reason, not as well known. Dyscalculia also has a lot of variability. It can affect counting, pattern recognition, telling time, measurements, estimating, understanding math concepts, and with that, money concepts. So, to cover that deeper, we have made a video for you titled, "What is Dyscalculia?" You can find that right here. Then, we have dysgraphia, or officially, a specific learning disability in writing. This could mean several things. It could be really sloppy writing, which might be a fine motor skill problem. Or it could mean trouble getting their thoughts together to get them down on the paper. How they organize and how they plan. How they edit their own writing. So really, anything that falls into the writing category. And of course, we've done a video for you on dysgraphia, which you can find right here. All three of these, and some of the others, are all caused by difficulties in the way we process information. In other words, our cognitive micro skills. These are all the little skills that make up the way we receive, process, recall, and communicate information. If you want to learn more about them, there's a link in the description. And if you want to get the tools to help your child improve these, then that's exactly what the Learning Success System does. There is a link to a free trial in the description.
ability, as you've seen from this video, not intelligent disorder. What stands for specific learning disability means a disorder or more basic, a psychological processing involved in understanding and using language or spoken difficulties. Dyslexia is conditioned. It's say they believe in that about 5 to 10% of people have it. I believe it's more. Some may say as many as 17% have slow reading challenges. People with dyslexia do not outgrow it, but they teaching their approaches, strategies, and can help them improve their reading and management. The challenge is People of ages can be tested for dyslexia tests and are different for the adult kids. To me, dyslexia is mixing up numbers and words. Who reads normally? It's difficult. Maybe they read letters backwards or a book backwards, if you can imagine that. Just flip it around and read it. And mixing letters. You will soon see, as you flip the book around, how hard it is to read for a dyslexia kid. Dyslexia is difficulty with other skills too. These include reading comprehension, spelling, and writing. Now we move on to dysgraphia, neurological condition which some has difficulty with their thoughts into written languages for their age, ability to think despite exposure to deep adequate instructions, and education with dysgraphia can present with motor difficulties and symptoms at different ages. Signs may include poor ineligible handwriting, incorrect odd spelling, incorrect capitalization, a mixed cursive with style, using an incorrect word, omitting words for some sentences, slow writing speed, figured after writing short pieces, poor or ineligible handwriting, incorrect or odd spelling, incorrect capitalization, a mix of cursive and print writing styles, using incorrect words, omitting words from sentences, slow writing speed, figurative after writing a short piece. For my proposal, that is what needs to happen. I need a large space written graph paper. To me, it's having a hard time formulating my letters. Graph paper may help, and typing helps even more. In this video, she's talked about limited funding and how they get gathered with other kids that may have stronger or intellectual disabilities, or maybe have more harder time than a kid with learning disabilities. Taking the kids out and putting them in kids with those kind of kids can affect self-confidence. What they are affecting certain skills talked about in this video, such as reading, handwriting, and math affected. 5-3. It was 1-0 first period, scored by Brown. 2-0 Edmonton Oilers, second period, to start the second period, start off. Connor McDavid, 3-0. Edmonton Oilers on brinks of forcing a game 6. Matt Tadaka scores to make it 3-1. And then Edmonton scores another one. It's 4-1 at the almost 12-minute mark. Ed Rodriguez makes it 4-2, and it's a game in the third period. And with 12 minutes and 4 seconds, the Panthers make it a 4-3 game. At the end of the period on empty net, Connor McDavid makes it over. 5-3, Edmonton Oilers, 3-2, Panthers. Are we calling for a choke for the Panthers? And that's it for the NHL. And Major League Baseball last night, the Royals lost to the Athletics, 7-5. The Cardinals lost to the Marlins, extra innings again, same as the night before. Cubs, Giants, 5-2, Cubbies. For the series win today, the Cardinals will play the Marlins today at 11:40. Kyle Gibson will get the nod for the Cardinals, and Yoni Chorners will get the nod for the Marlins in his first start of the season. Yoma Chornos, Kyle Gibson has been good. Cubs and Giants will be the third game, trying to win their first series, as Willie Mays passes away at the age of 90. Passes away at the age of 93. The great Giant and the also very good New York Met. The Royals will play the Athletics 8:40. The Royals are 41-33. The Athletics are 27-48. First pitch 8:40. And that's baseball and hockey. That's Sam Vaughn Sports.